Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about the operators used in Java, right? Now first we have to know what is an operator, right? Now an operator is a special symbol that performs certain type of operation on some value or variables. I repeat, operators are some special type of symbols that perform certain type of operation on some values or variables, right? Now for example, I write 5 plus 3, right? Here this 5 and 3 are values that can be called as literals or constants. These are also called as operands. Okay, so and this symbol is the operator. Now here the operands are in the form of values or constants. I can take the help of variables also. For example, a minus b. Here a and b are variables. The other term used for them is operands. O-P-E-R-A-N-D-S, operands, and this is the operator, right? So together these values or these variables, which are otherwise called as operands, together these operands and the operators, right? Together these operators and the operands form an expression, right? Depending on the type of operators used, there are many types of expressions. Now Java uses a number of operators, but in this video we are going to discuss primarily about 3 main operators used in Java language, and they are, first one is your arithmetic operator, second one your relational operator, and third one is your logical operator. Many operators are there in Java, but primarily we are going to discuss about these 3 operators. Okay, now let us discuss about the arithmetic operator first. What is an arithmetic operator and what are its types? Now as the name suggests, the different operators that come under or that belong to this arithmetic operator groups are made for performing arithmetical operation, right? And these arithmetic operators can further be divided into 2 major groups. One is your binary arithmetic operator, and second one is your unary arithmetic operator. I am writing in short form. So I repeat, arithmetic operators, the different operators that come or belong to this arithmetic operator group are meant for performing arithmetical operation. Broadly they can be divided into 2 groups, that is binary arithmetic operator and unary arithmetic operator. And the overall expressions that are formed by using these operators are called as arithmetical expressions, and the result of such type of expression is always a numerical value or number. Okay, now coming back to your binary arithmetic operator. Now these binary arithmetic operators are those operators or those arithmetical operators that are used with 2 operands. And what is an operand? They can be value or variables. So the different arithmetic operator that come under binary group are the operators that are used with two operands and they appear in between the operands. For example, this is your addition operator plus operator. Example, if I say 5 plus 3, this is your subtraction. Let us say 5 minus 3. This is your multiplication. 5 into 3. This is your division. 5 divided by 3. This gives you the quotient of the division. Then one more is there. This is called modulus operator, which gives the remainder of the division as your answer. So 5 modulus 3. Now in all these binary arithmetic operators, the first 4 you are quite acquainted with. You have already, you know these operators. Only this last one you did not know, so that is now we will discuss what is this. Now if I have written some expression, this is an expression, each of them, these are all called arithmetic expression. So the answer is 5 plus 3, you add 8, 5 minus 3 2, 5 into 3 15. Now this is 5 divided by 3, so 5 divided by 3, 3 1 ja 3, right? Now quotient will be given as, whenever division is used, always the quotient is taken as answer. Here the answer is 1. Now because here these two values 5 and 3 belong to integer literals. Remember your literals? Integer literals. So the division operation that is conducted on them also will be of integer operation. So I cannot take the help of decimal point here. That is why quotient will be 1 and the remainder will be 2, right? And the division gives the quotient and answer. So for this expression the answer is 1. Second, last one is 5 modulus 3. Here also the operation is the same division operation, but then the answer is the remainder of the division. So 5 divided by 3, 5, so 3 1 ja 3, remainder is 2. So here for modulus operator, answer is the remainder that is left after the division is 2. Okay. So these are the binary operators because they minimum they need two values or variables, right? And they appear, you see here, in between the operands. That is why they are binary arithmetic operators. Okay. Now after this binary arithmetic operator, let us talk about unary arithmetic operator. Now this is something new which you have not done earlier. So I want all your attention because you have to understand this. So unary arithmetic operator. Now unary arithmetic operators are those arithmetic operators that use one operand, right? Unary means 1, binary means 2. So unary arithmetic operators are those operators that use one operand, right? Now this unary arithmetic operator are of two types, right? Are of two types. One is your increment unary arithmetic operator, in short I am writing, and second one is your decrement unary arithmetic operator. Okay. Now the symbol used for as increment arithmetic operator is your plus symbol, and the symbol used for decrement arithmetic operator is your minus. Two plus symbols together close to one another increment, and two minus symbols close to one another your decrement operator. Now what are these? Now as the symbol suggests, plus means increases, no, right? So as the symbol suggests, This increment operator is used for increasing the value of the operand by 1, right? By 1. Whatever will be the value of the operand, 5 or 6 or whatever, it will just increase it by 1, making it the next number. Similarly, when I come for decrement operator, as the symbol minus minus means it reduces, right? So that way decrement operator's work is to decrease the value of the operand by minus 1. So it reduces the value of the operand by minus 1. I repeat, increment operator symbol is plus plus, decrement operator symbol is minus minus. As the symbol tells, it increases the value of the operand by plus 1. This decreases the value of the operand by minus 1. Okay. Now, please give your attention. Now, these two increment and decrement operator can be used in two different forms or in two different ways. And what are they? The first one is prefix form or prefix mode also we say. The second one is postfix, right? Similarly here, this one also in prefix form and postfix form, right? Now, what is this prefix? Pre means before, right? Pre means something happening, pre means before, and post means after. So then what does it mean? It means that in this form, this increment operator appears before the operand. For example, plus plus a, right? Here the operator is present before the operand. This is your operand. If you remember, I had explained this. This is your operand. Here, this is your operator. So in the prefix form, the operator, this increment operator appears before the operand. That means this comes first, then comes the operand. And the work of this prefix form is, it will change the value of this variable a first, and then this changed value will be taken for calculation. This you have to remember, children. This unary increment operator can be used in two different ways, prefix form and postfix form. In prefix form, it appears before the operand, means it comes first then the operand. Because it is coming first, then it will change the value first. Because increment operator, it will change. How it will change? It will change by plus 1. And then that new value will be taken for calculation. Just the opposite of this, in the postfix form, this operator will come after the operand. So this is your operand, is the variable, and it appears after it. Because it is appearing after the operand, that is why for calculation, the current or the recent value of this variable will be taken, then it will be increased. Okay. Same thing happens for decrement operator also. When this decrement operator is used in the form, in prefix form, then it appears before the operand. Because it is coming first, that is why the value will reduce by 1 first, then this new value will be taken for calculation. Whereas in postfix form, this will appear after the operand. That is why first the value, the recent existing value of the operand will be taken for calculation, and then the value will change. Now, this I will explain you with some example. Okay. First, let me take the example of increment operator. Let us say a equal to 5, right? And then I write an expression like this: plus plus a minus a plus plus. Sorry. Suppose a equal to 5 and b equal to, let us say, take 3. Then plus plus a and b plus plus. This is the expression. Okay. Now when you get such an expression like this and you have to solve it, then first what you have to do is find out the unary operators, where the unary operators are there. Now here is an unary operator, here is an unary operator. Then and this is your normal binary subtraction symbol. Now in an expression like this, where unary operators and binary operators are there, first you have to solve the unary part. Okay, now let us understand this. First I have to solve this and then this, then whatever answer will come, then I will solve the subtraction symbol for that. So this is increment operator, but used in which form? Prefix or postfix? It is used in prefix form because it is appearing first, then the operand is coming, before the operand it is present. So what is the nature rule of prefix form? First the value will change. The first way value changes means in the memory the value of original value of A was 5. So this will change first and changing by +1 because increment, so it will become 6. And then this new value will be taken for calculation. Okay. Then this subtraction symbol will remain as it is. Then I will go for solving this part of the unary operator. Here also the variable b is also taking the increment operator, but in which form? In the postfix form, where the operator is appearing after the operand. So that is why the existing value of the operator, that is b3, will be taken for calculation. Then this 3 will increase by 1, that is becoming 4. Right? Now you solve this. 6 minus 3 is 3. So this is your answer. Right? Let us take an example of your decrement operator also. Let us say A equal to 5, B equal to 1. Okay. Then what is, you have to find out the value of C. Minus A plus B minus. Okay, I have to find out this. So then again, as I have told you, first of all in an expression you check where is the unary operator. Here is unary operator, here is another time, one more time the unary operator is used. Now find out, this is decrement operator used, but in which form? Decrement operator in the first case, the increment operator, decrement operator is used in the prefix form. So prefix form, what it is saying? First you change the value. So 5, I will reduce it by 1 because the decrement operator decreases the value by 1, making A as 4. After changing that changed value I will take for calculation. This addition symbol will remain as it is, operator, and then comes the variable b. This is also used with unary operator, decrement operator, but in which form? Postfix forms. Why? Because it is appearing after the operand, and in the rule says in postfix form you take the value, existing value you take for calculation, then you change it by -1, becoming 0. No further expression is there, no further variable. So this is 4 plus 1, that is 5 is your answer. Okay. Now after this, let us discuss the next operator, that is your relational operator. Okay. Now relational operators are used for establishing a relationship between the two operands. That means they are used for making a comparison between two values or two variables, thereby trying to establish the relationship between those two values or variables, right? And the expression that is formed by using this operator is called as the relational expression, and the result given is always in the form of true or false. That is the Boolean value of true or false. So this expression is basically used for building a condition. Now some of the well-known relational operators are, this is your greater than, this is your less than, this is greater than, equal to, this is less than, equal to, this is not equal to, and this is equal to, right? These two you have to remember. Baki these four you are acquainted, you know them, but these two are little different. This is for not equal to, and this is for two equality operator coming together. It stands for not equal. This stands for, sorry, equal to operator. Okay. Now let us check the example. I write suppose 5 greater than 3. Always the left hand side operand will be compared with the right hand side value or the operand or the variable. So 5 will be compared with 3, not 3 with 5. Right? So 5 greater, this means is 5 greater than 3? The answer is true. Right? Similarly, if I write 5 less than 3, is 5 less than 3? The answer is false. Next, 5 greater than equal to 3, answer is true. Here both operators, greater than and the equal to operator is used, but out of these two operators, any one of is working means the answer is true. Is 5 greater than or equal to 3? It is not equal to, but it is greater than 3. That is why answer is true. Similarly, 5 less than equal to 3. Now here 5 is neither equal to 3 nor equal, it is less than 3. So the answer is false. Now 5 not equal to 3. Now here 5 is neither, it is not equal to 3. So the answer is true. 5 is equal to 3. No, they are not matching. So it is, answer is false. So this not equal to operator will give the answer true when both are not equal, they are not matching, right? And if they are matching, it will give the false. Here it checks whether both are matching or not. If they are matching, then it is giving true. If not matching, it is false. If I write 5 equal to 3, then the answer is true, right? Sorry. This will be 5 equal to 5, so it is true. Okay. So the next operator we are going to discuss is logical operator. Now, logical operators are used for joining two relational expression, right? They are used for joining two relational expression, and they also give the answer in the form of true or false, which is a Boolean value. Now, they appear in between the two relational expressions, and there are 3 logical operators used in Java. That is your, just check the symbol. This is called as AND operator. I repeat the symbol, check. This is how you should write. AND operator. Then this is OR operator. This is exclamation mark. This is your NOT operator, right? This is logical AND, logical OR, and NOT operator. And all of them are used for joining two relational expression. Out of these 3 logical operators, these 2 are binary logical operator, and this is your unary logical operator. Okay, binary logical operator, like a binary arithmetic operator, these 2 operator appears in between 2 relational expression, whereas this will take one logical expression or relational expression as its operand. That is why it is unary. Here these two will take two relational expression, and the expression formed by using these logical operators are called as logical expression. Result they produce is true or false. For example, let us check one by one. First we will talk about AND logical operator. Now the AND logical operator is used for joining two relational expressions. It appears in between those two relational expressions and it gives the answer true. I repeat, it gives the answer true when both of those relational expressions are giving the answer true. Only when both are true, both the relational expression used with this are true, then the answer is true. If any one of them is giving the answer false, then the whole expression becomes false. For example, 5 greater than 3. This is a relational expression. 3 equal to 3. This is another relational expression. I join both of them with the logical AND. So now this becomes a logical expression. If I have to find the answer for this, then I have to first find the answer, solve the two relational expression first, right? First I have to find out the answer of these two relational expressions. So 5 greater than 3, what is the answer? True. 3 equal to 3, answer is true. Both are true, and then the logical AND will be applied, which says when both are true, the overall answer is true. Clear? Let us take another example. 5 less than 3 and 3 equal to 3. Here this is a relational expression, this is another relational expression. Both are joined by AND logical operator. So overall this is a logical expression. How to solve it? First you find the answer for this. 5 less than 3, false. Solve this second expression, relational expression. 3 equal to 3, true. Then you apply the AND logical operator. Because one of the expression is giving me false, that is why the overall answer for this expression is false. So what we have to remember here? AND operator, when both these expressions are true and gives true. If any one of the expression gives me the answer false, the overall answer is false. Am I clear? Okay. Now let us go for the second one, the OR logical operator. The OR logical operator, like your AND logical operator, is also joins two relational expression, and it also gives the answer in the form of true or false. Now when does it gives the answer true and when does it gives the answer as false? The OR logical operator gives the answer true if any one of the relational expression is giving the answer true. Got it? OR logical operator gives the answer true when any one of the, out of the two relational expression taken, if one of them is giving the answer true, then the whole expression becomes true. So then when it becomes false? It becomes false when both the relational expressions are false. Now let us take an example for that. Okay, the same example if I take 5 greater than 3 or 3 not equal to 3. If I have to find the answer for this expression, I have to solve these two relational expression first. 5 greater than 3, true, okay. 3 not equal to 3, false. then then you apply the OR operator. What will be the answer? Answer will, for answer, I have to remember the principle of OR operator. What is that? If any one of these is true, any one of these relational expression is giving the answer true, then the entire expression answer will become true. So here one true is there, so the overall answer is true. When it will give me the answer as false, when both are false, for example 5 less than 3 or 6 equal to 5. So in this case, I have to solve these two first. This is false. This is also false. And then I am applying the OR logical operator. Because both are false, the overall answer is false. So you see children, this AND logical operator and OR logical operator and the binary logical operator, because they take two operands and they appear in between the operands. Now let us move to the next logical operator, that is your NOT. Now NOT logical operator, which is an exclamation mark. Now this is an unary operator because it takes one operand, and that operand, or it takes one expression, okay? And that expression can be either a relational expression or a logical expression, okay? Now, and what does it do? The answer is also in the form of true and or false. But what it is doing is, first the taken expression will be evaluated. Whatever answer is coming from the relational or logical expression, the NOT will just reverse that answer. It will just reverse that answer. Let us see an example, then you will understand. So, example, let us say 5 greater than 3. This is a relational expression. If I am using the NOT logical operator, then this is how I have to write it. First comes the NOT logical operator. Inside the parenthesis, I have to write 5 greater than 3. And then this becomes a logical expression. To solve this, first of all, I have to find the answer for the expression, relational expression present inside the parenthesis. What is that then? 5 greater than 3, the answer I am getting is true. And this true NOT operator will be applied to the value or answer coming from this, that is with true. So, and what it is doing, it will find the reverse of the answer coming, right? So NOT of true is false. So whatever answer the expression is giving, it will just reverse it, okay? Let us take another example. Suppose say 5 less than 15 and 3 not equal to 4. This is a logical expression because AND operator is there. Suppose I am applying NOT to this. How do I solve this? First of all, I will solve the expression that is given in the parenthesis. Inside the parenthesis, this is a logical expression used with AND operator. To get the answer, first of all, I have to solve this expression, relational expression, and this is another relational expression. I have to find the answer of these two. So 5 less than 15, answer is coming true. Going to the next relational expression, 3 not equal to 4, answer is also true. Now this true answer will be joined with and what AND is saying? AND says when both are true, answer is true. So inside the bracket I am getting two true answers for these two relational expression, and when I join the AND operator to them, I get the answer true. So after solving this parenthesis, the answer that I am getting is true. Now this true will be joined with the NOT operator, or NOT operator will be applied to this true value, and what it is doing, it will just find the reverse of that. So reverse of true is false. Okay. Now this much for this video. Then the second part of this video, I will show you how to, or we will discuss how to solve different expression by using all these operators, including arithmetic, relational and logical operator. That will be an important video. Please go through that. Thank you so much.